Hi, my name is Deborah Henney. I'm a wife, author, mother speaker. Today I'm going to release a prophetic word entitled Spying Eye. Now, I started to get this in May of 5th, in the 26th of 2024, but the sense started in November of 2023, actually when I was at a prophetic conference. And I just had this real keen sense of spying eyes, which was actually confirmed by one of the prophets from the stage. But the sense didn't leave me when I left the conference. It stayed for months. And I decided to pray into it, say, okay, God, what is this? And this is what I felt him say. I felt him say that spying eyes are roving over the earth, seeking to gain insight into the camp. There have been placement in positions of duality. Not all things are as they appear to be. This is not to instill or breed fear, for know that God, He is King, and He is the Lord of hosts, and command legions of angels' armies. This is to sound the alert for His people to incline their ears more closely to His heart, in order to discern what is truly of Him and what is not. Eyes have been put at keyholes, seeking to gain access through open doors. Put the keys in the keyhole to block and lock out the enemy. He has already spoken of these keys. Keys of faith, honor rooted in love, grace, humility, truth, and joy. Apply them and use them. The enemy seeks to go into foundational cracks and unleash for destruction, but God will come in like a flood with His grace and balm of Gilead. He will cause an infilling and a fortifying, so there will be no collapse, though the shakings will be great, as those placed illegally by the enemy are exposed and removed. Do not allow offense and unforgiveness, judgment, or pride to remain, for these are access points, holes with no key and doors with no guards. Sinister and sneaky is the enemy, raging and roaring as he goes to and fro throughout the earth, seeking to subvert what God is building. But God is the one who sees, and He is the one who knows, and He is the one who creates, and the breath of His nostrils will overcome even the enemy's most elaborate scheme. And though the enemy rages and roars, God will remove the sting of his bite and cause a confusion within the enemy's camp, even to a scattering and a perishing. For God has decreed that His people will live in the land of the living and see His goodness. So take heart, take refuge in Him. See Him work with His outstretched arm. See His hand both create and collapse. Create His structures and collapse those of the enemy. Be alert, on guard. Incline your ear and move forward with bold grace and confident faith. Rest assured that as you lean into Him, He will sharpen your discernment so there will be no destructive deception. He will train your hands, for with skill you will wield His mighty weapons, which are effective for pulling down strongholds and fortresses in the enemy's camp. And the verses that went along with this was 1 Peter 5:8. Be of sober spirit, be on the alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Job 4:9-11. By the breath of God they perish, and by the blast of His anger they come to an end. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken out. The lion perishes for lack of prey, and the cubs of the lioness are scattered. Psalm 27:13. I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Psalm 142:5. I cried out to you, Lord. I said, you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. And 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but divinely powerful for the destruction of fortresses. And in the Christian Standard Bible, it's worded a little bit differently. It says, since the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but are powerful through God for the demolition of strongholds, we demolish arguments. So again, it was this very keen sense of staying out of judgment, staying out of offense, really going into God's keys: faith, honor, love, grace, humility, truth, joy. And stay laser focused on those. Stay rooted in those. Stay grounded in those. Incline your ear to him. Again, I believe that this word is already starting to come to pass with exposures and removals, and and even works of restoration in people's hearts. I mean, removals, yes, in position, but God is always interested in our hearts. So even when people are removed from position, know that the greater work is that God is, doing a great work of healing and freedom in their hearts as well. But again, keys in the keyhole to block and lock out the enemy. Again, faith, honor, love, grace, humility, truth, and joy. Stay in those. Don't allow offense, unforgiveness, pride, judgment in your life, in your heart. The Holy Spirit can highlight that to you, and people that you trust that have authority to speak into your life as well. But always the Holy Spirit is the one who teaches us, who trains us, and he promises in his word, and he promised in this word as well, which aligns with the word in the Bible, that he is the one who trains our hands to war, our fingers to fight, because he is going to train us to wield with skill to overcome and pull down those strongholds. Again, not in the flesh, but in the spirit. Till next time.